Hello everyone, my name's Alan, and today I want to talk about the Yacht Guardian. This is my newest little gadget that I've made. And the reason why I've made the Yacht Guardian is recently a few vessels are sitting on the ocean floor. And here in the typhoon shelter, if you can see, that blue and yellow beacon is representing a vessel is sitting on the sea floor right now. We've got the flotation devices here to capture any oil that does come up. So because this gentleman was on his vessel at 11 p.m., it's a wooden boat, and what had happened is he has no high water alarm system on the vessel, and at 11 p.m. he was awakened by a very, very damp mattress. He had just enough time to get off of his vessel, and it went down. So I decided we need to have some type of an early warning system, and we could incorporate some alarms with it. So what the Yacht Guardian is it comes standard with an external GSM antenna and a GPS antenna. So this unit will tell us where it's at, and it can communicate to our mobile phone, our smartphone. The smartphone is needed for the GPS maps, for Google Maps and that, but it will send SMS messages out. And what you do is the Yacht Guardian, over here where your two antennas connect, external antennas connect, you unscrew 4 screws. So it's for security. You don't want people taking your SIM in and out, in and out. You put it in and you keep it there. And so it slides right in there. Screw that back on and mount it. So this is the base unit. Comes with the external antennas, main unit, a wire harness that is approximately 2 meters long, and it comes with a mercury-free float switch that we use for the high water alarm. So we have enough mercury in our waters right now. I didn't want to put any more devices around that could go and pollute our waters that are already polluted. So inside the sealed plastic float is a large stainless steel ball. So when it's down, the ball is down here. When it goes up, the ball rolls down and activates a switch. That's our mercury-free float switch. So that is what comes with the base unit. And it connects to 12 volt or 24 volt. And even if you have an old Hatteras or a Bertram, that still uses 32 volt systems, you can still use this on a 32 volt system. So right now we're running on the house bank. So let's activate our high water alarm. It takes a while. So now our switch has now been activated. So now this is cycling through. It's checking out to make sure that this is not a false reading and it's continuous. So then it goes and it sends up from the GSM, sends up to a tower, which I'm not really sure where the tower is, but we've got a tower over here locally. So it's going to send that off, and here it comes right here. As you can see, we have got an alarm. So again, I only have it programmed just to say alarms in that. This will say high water alarm. But this is my demo unit, and make sure everything is working before I make it out for retail for everybody to have. So this one will say high water alarm, danger, etc. So it also, on this alarm, it goes and it gives us a Google map. So it's telling us where the vessel's at. So right now, Google Maps is opening and wants to use my location. Okay. So there it is. That's where my vessel is in the marina. So it's telling me exactly where it's at. So if we go back to our message, and see, the alarm was up long enough, I received a second SMS. This has a heartbeat. And so the heartbeat will go, and I've got it set up for every minute. So it was up for about a minute, so I received my second SMS. But now it'll tell us that the speed of the boat is 0 kilometers per hour, and the altitude of this vessel is 0. We are at sea level. Go figure. And we have a GPRS feature in this where you can send to a server. So if you would want to track, say if you have a charter vessel that goes out on weekends and that, it will send out like every 15 minutes where it'll go to a actual server and you can track in real time on the internet. Now it's telling us our battery is, the internal battery is at 100%, and we have one active GPS, and I have named this unit ID 1. So the high water alarm has just told us. So that's early warning system. Most people use their, like me, I use my alarm on my phone. I don't have any other type of alarm. So when I'm sleeping, this thing wakes me up. So if I get an SMS when I'm sleeping, it wakes me up. And now I know, and I can take action. So that's the standard features. For the accessories, you can get an SOS type button. And what this is a panic button for your family. If you're not on the vessel and your family's on your boat, there's an emergency, they don't have to dial anything. They press the button, it sends out an SOS to you. And what it will do is it'll go to, you program up to 3 phone numbers who it will contact. So it's not just you. If you're in a meeting and you have your ringer off, it will go off to 2 other phones. So that way, you will always know that someone will be able to be contacted. And you set up all those alarms for it. So the other feature is we have smoke detectors. And here's a smoke detector. Now this smoke detector works on 12 or 24 volt. Won't work on a 32 volt system. So you'd have, if you have your generator battery is 12 volts, you would use this. And again, it runs off of your main house bank. So this, you don't have to change 9 volt batteries. You just have to go light some incense or a cigarette and test it every month. That's what I do. The wires come in through the center here. This is where you'll attach it. They attach to these terminals. Goes in, and we have one tab, goes on there, and you slide it on, and it's stuck. That's it. You have your alarms and your lights, so you know that it's working. So that's one of the features. The other feature is I've got set up here is if you're on a liveaboard, and you buy lots of groceries and you have a freezer, if you lose shore power, then you could lose hundreds of dollars worth of food. So let's go and let's plug this in. Plug it in, and let's switch it over. Okay, so now shore power is on. Shore power is on. Now again, this is my testing unit. I do have adapters with the proper voltage in that. That it's a single voltage, but this I've just used for testing. So if we were to go and we turn off shore power right now, so shore power is lost, and you're away from the vessel, and this is going to now go, again, it's cycling through, going, hey, we don't have any power, going to it, sends up a signal, and the signal should be coming back here shortly. So that's another feature that you can go and add on to assure that you know when your shore power is off. If your house battery bank, if that goes off, okay, here it goes. So it says our alarm states that power is off, power off. So, danger. And right now, then it's telling us, see, as you can see right here, we're using the battery bank, which is at 100%. So, this will go and last approximately 2 days. And that, depending on how it was charged up, and that should last without, it's called the standby mode, and that without sending any alarms and using any of its power, should last 2 days. So, now let's go turn our shore power back on. Okay, there we are. We've resolved that problem. So again, it goes out to 3 other phone numbers that you program. It has a password. You can set that so nobody with another SMS can get in and change anything. You set that yourself. Okay, so we've got the high water alarm, SOS, our smoke detectors, shore power, or just battery loss, any type of power loss, door alarm sensors. And with the door alarm sensors, if somebody opens the door and you get an alarm that this has been activated, you can also connect a siren to scare off the people. But what will happen is you have the ability to call this, press in a code, and that because your phone number is authorized. That's through caller ID. So, and because of that, you can go and listen in. So with this mic, having the mic set up, you could actually listen if there's any footprints or anything, because this does not ring. It's always a silent call. So you can listen in on what's happening on your boat. So with these basic features, now we have the GPS, and on an alarm we always get our Google Maps. Well, because of that, you can go and set a geofence. So because of the GPS, if your vessel moves 10 meters port, starboard, bow, aft, whatever, you can even go out to 25 meters. But once it goes out that area, you will get an alarm, and then you can start tracking it. So now, if your vessel is moving and you're saying, okay, it's gone, there's another accessory that if you install, you can remotely, with an SMS, you can shut off your engines. That will give the authorities enough time to get to your vessel while they're trying to figure out why has your vessel stopped and the thieves are caught. Once they're caught, you send another return SMS with the code, and you can start your engines again. So those are the base features. Again, I've got, not available right now for this video, but in the next video I'll be showing the LPG sensor and go into a little bit more detail about the FCC and CE certifications for worldwide use to meet everybody there. And we'll go with these more intense type sensors. We'll go into some wire diagrams. But that's the Yacht Guardian. And if you have any questions, the email's on the website here. So drop me a line and I'll answer any questions. But it's all about early warning and also just knowing that your boat, your vessel, and your family are protected. So that's the Yacht Guardian. I hope you guys like it, and I hope to hear from you soon. Talk to you guys. Bye-bye.